Hello, everybody. Okay, so welcome. Today we are joined by Tifoso, I should say, Rob Allum. He's a huge GT guy, huge AF Corse guy. So welcome and thank you for your time and your energy today. It's very cool
Hi,
to
thank
have
you
you
for
with
having me.
us. I'm curious. When did your passion for Ferrari and motorsports start? When did all that kick off for you?
When I was about 5, I just remember sitting down watching one of the Grand Prix with my granddad and dad, and so, red car, and then finding out it was a Ferrari, and it just progressed from there, really. Always been into Formula One, but then kind of changed a few years ago, and obviously got more into the GTs and endurance racing, and that's back. But I've been, Le Mans, started that back in about early 90s, mid 90s, and just progressed from there, really.
Right. The Formula One thing. So when you were smaller, you were into Ferrari and Formula One. So when did the change from from Formula One into GT happen to you? Because obviously you're more into the GT thing. The impression I'm getting.
Yeah. Obviously, that's been in the background. Been watching the Formula and Le Mans and other races and whatever. It would have been the Intercontinental Challenge a few years ago before the WC.
Right.
And I think it sounds horrible, but I think it changed a year after Sky took over Formula One.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It started before that. I think it was.
Don't take Jim Rosenthal. Yeah, we got. I mean, I remember it being BBC and then ITV, and
those are the good old days. Let's put it that way. But
yeah.
I think it was it's hard. I don't want to say. I don't want to. The football element of fans coming in, and you don't like Mercedes. You don't like Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. You're that.
Yeah.
And it was that tribal mentality.
Yes.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
And as soon it started a little bit when Sky did, as I said, but it was you turn on. It was like back then. It was Vettel, Christian Horner, Red Bull. Christian Horner, Vettel, Red Bull. It was like, oh, come on. And then the Lewis effect came in, and it was like Lewis, Mercedes. Oh, you don't like blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay. Then in about 2014, I got Instagram,
Yeah.
And then I started following some drivers on there. And then one driver, Jimmy Bruni, who was a Ferrari driver at the time.
Oh, yeah. Minardi F1 driver, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah. That goes back. That's very old, very early days.
I've got a pair of his Formula One gloves in the other room.
I have to tell him, Matt.
Yeah.
Do you really? Is that true? Are you just messing with me?
Puma, black and grey, Minardi.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what was that? Mid 90s, wasn't it? Late 90s?
Late 90s, yeah.
Late 90s, wasn't it? Yeah. And
nice.
I followed him on Instagram. Then he followed me back. I was like, whoa, friend request, Got talking, tagged each other on pictures and stuff. And then I said, I'm going to the WC at Silverstone 2015.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, come down to pits and I'll get you in. I was like, what? And then it just went from there. We met each other in a paddock, and he said, come down, and just that's how it went. And then I met different mechanics and everything, and just become friends with them all. And from that point on, it was like, all right, Formula One.
Yeah.
Let's go to the new family. Let's go. They took us all in, as a second family, as just being part of AF Corse and stuff. It's just
nice.
Yeah, it's great.
That's great. It's really great. I mean, I've been to Goodwood a few times, and it's the same thing there as well. It's a very different vibe to the Formula One stuff, and they do take you in, a little bit more. And the same as you say, when you go to the racing days events, they do allow you all access. Like they don't, if they see you're a fan, they want you there, and that's what it's about. And so I mean, how many races have you been to? I mean, what's your favorite race or favorite track you've ever been to?
Well, it's only until really last year when I went to Spa for WC. But because of work and things, it's only been like Silverstone WC. Snetterton's just up the road, so that's for Ferrari Challenge. Brands Hatch for the GT World Challenge. I think the first I've done FIA GT one back in 2002, 2003-ish at Silverstone, and that was like, whoa. The big proper GT1 cars and the Maseratis, the MC12s.
Killer cars, killer. Wow.
Rob, just moving on a little bit to obviously now the Ferrari hypercar, which is fantastic. In terms of obviously what we just talked about there, suddenly now WEC's a little bit different. Obviously now with Ferrari and all the other teams coming in. What was your initial thoughts when you heard Ferrari were going to come into the hypercar category in 2022?
Oh, you had to ask me that one, didn't you?
It's a bit like positives and negatives here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's for endurance racing and WC, Ferrari back in the top class is like, it was just finally.
Yeah.
But in the same, I was a bit worried, but I don't want to offend anyone here. But it's a case of getting that Formula One fan along with it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not winning. They're rubbish. We're Ferrari or we're Toyota. We should be winning. And it's like, no, that's not how it is. And as much as I love what happened with John Todd years, I won't say the Schumacher years because he was there, but John Todd. I think a lot of the fans who came in at that time have become entitled. They're saying Ferrari should win everything, but that's not how racing goes.
No.
I mean, as we can see with the WC over the since last year, Lamborghini, BMW,
Alpine.
Alpine coming in, and there might be some others coming in next year after, but it's just going. It's become the new pinnacle of motorsport, and that's all.
I mean, it is gathering momentum and popularity. Absolutely, and like you say, it's not tribal. It doesn't have that kind of righteous attitude that a lot of people have. But I mean, the hypercar. I mean, the return of the Ferrari hypercar was epic for me. It looked beautiful, and it was fast, and and the win at Le Mans was, I mean, how can one say it was?
I don't think
a dream. It was an absolute dream.
Yeah, it was. My wife Gemma, she came in and said, "What are you crying for?" I'm like, "Woo!"
We all cried. We were in the circuit crying.
Absolutely.
Didn't hold that back. That was emotional. Absolutely.
It was. This Saturday evening was my boys' football presentation, so we're all in this big hall, and I was sitting there with my phone.
Oh, cool.
But it's. And then finally, when it was being made, obviously, a few friends, mechanic friends I know, and contacts I have, and it's like, oh really? Oh, yeah. I won't say nothing. And I was like, I got to tell this. And then when it came out, I was like, there you go.
The
massive relief.
Yeah,
it really was.
Now when you go to the circuits, obviously now it's a different ball game. Jenson Button, Rossi, and suddenly now these years ago you probably go to the paddock pits, just walk in, hello, and now it's like security probably there now.
We've also noticing as well, because I was trying to sort out some passes for Spa next month. And the team manager of Corse, he's saying, look, Ferrari are taking it more. The FIA, great FIA, are restricting a lot of the passes and restricting the members of team on each car and each team. So there's only so many passes. So that way, it's good that it's becoming popular, but it's a negative way because the FIA are going to start clamping down a lot of the access.
Well, I mean, it's business, right? So they see money,
totally.
they see money rolling in, they're going to do that. And
totally,
that's all that is. That's inevitable. The more popular it becomes, those ticket prices are going to go up, accessibility is going to go down, and
which is a bad thing and a good thing. It's kind of like take in one hand and give you, it's like,
of course.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, for me, I'd rather have it out there for people to see. And if it costs me a few extra quid, okay, as long as it doesn't, break the bank, I'm okay with that. So, because let's be fair, I mean, the Le Mans week tickets are incredibly, good value. In fact,
I think that's sold out again this year, isn't it?
Yeah, sold out again now.
Any endurance endurance race is incredibly good value, right? So
they are. Yeah.
So if it cost even double that, I'd still be okay with it. To be fair,
not Formula One prices, no.
I looked at maybe doing a Friday this year at Formula One for go for practice. I was like, how much? No, thank you.
No, just gone out the window. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think what I'm paying for Spa to go to Spa again is roughly a grandstand ticket at Silverstone.
Yeah, for sure.
Me kids are going to this year for Spa, so they're loving it.
That's right.
They're pumped.
They're
pumped. So
is that the first time they've been? Your kids?
No, the last time they've been. Well, Jacob comes with me to Brands Hatch for GT World Challenge, but they haven't been to a WC race since.
Yeah.
When was COVID? About 2020.
2020.
So it's been 2019, the last WC race. Yeah, and they love it. Going up on a Friday. Oh, that's brilliant. I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, and because Jacob's got quite close to one mechanic, and he said, "I want to be a race car mechanic like Valley."
Fantastic.
That's great, isn't it? That's great to have that.
He still wants to do it, but he was a few years younger, and he was like, "Well, I want to be Iron Man or a race car mechanic." I said, "One of them we can work on, mate."
We can probably try to be.
So bless him. He's they're really looking forward to it, and we got GT World Challenge in that's 5th of May, so it's a couple of weeks.
So bank holiday weekend.
The Sunday we go down.
Oh, that's great.
Nice. So there's I think there are I think there's 4 AF Corse cars going to be there this year. So
great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
In terms of WEC, do you think there could be more races than 8 in a season?
I think we could. It'd be nice to go to 10. Maybe 12.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, but then anything after that kind of. There's a lot of the mechanics on the any team. They'll do other series. So one weekend they'll do WC. The next weekend will be European Le Mans series or the ADAC series in some. But they're everywhere. So that could get very tiring and very.
That's like the drivers, isn't it? The drivers are doing that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, same as the drivers.
Because there's sort of nearly one every month, so to speak. Obviously Le Mans takes up a lot of time. It's probably 3 weeks, I would say. Le Mans is with all the preparation and all the.
They're obviously there about a week and a half before test day. Test weekend. And then when the test weekend is, then they obviously finish, and then they're there for that whole duration until they leave. Monday night, something like that. So you're looking 3 weeks. 2 weeks, it's crazy.
Sure, yeah. What do you think of their chances this year, Ferrari? What do you think over the season? I mean, I know we've got a few other entrants this year, but I'm curious to know what you think. I mean, for me, Lamborghini was I was really, really excited about Lamborghini coming in. But they were pretty disappointing. So I mean, I know we'd have only had one race, but going forward,
as we saw last year, the LMDH cars are slightly
Yeah.
Not favoured to the LMH car, but obviously the FIA WC cars get a little bit more in the. I hate BOP, but they get a little bit more in the BOP than the LMDH cars. So I hope by mid-season the Lamborghini and some of the Porsches will be getting a fairer crack at the BOP. I mean, you got to look at Imola coming up. I mean, I think we've got the biggest weight loss coming up.
Yeah.
So that should hopefully. I know we're home and people say, but that should help. I mean, I'd like it's bringing in a lot more manufacturers and the racing's a little bit closer. But Qatar was a little bit of a off track. There wasn't many undulations. Right. I think on the Saturday morning, Friday night, they had a big dust storm. So when they came into the race, the tyre deck was a completely different story because there was just sand everywhere and people, what they collected over those last few days of testing practice was just out the window because the tyre decks went up because of the sand was on the thing. So let's get that right away with. And now let's crack on with Imola and then Spa and then obviously Le Mans.
I hear there's an upgrade coming, or what was it they said? I think it was today. I read they're unleashing some unforeseen potential in the hypercar, Ferrari hypercar, of course. So for Imola, I don't know whether that's true or not, whether it's just press, but that's what I read.
I mean, but we haven't played the Evo card yet to bring upgrades.
Yeah,
right. I think. As we heard, I think Antonella said at the beginning of this year, they wanted to get last year out of the way to see what the baseline is of performance and how the car goes, basically, against others. Now, I think this year, they might play that Evo card and bring in some upgrades, put a bit of bodywork, a little bit underneath, bit of engine, maybe something like that. So something could be coming.
Well, let's hope.
That'll be good. Hopefully, it'll be a nice win at Imola. Hopefully,
that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. What track would you bring in if it was up to you? So we had 9 races. We've got one track to bring in. What would you like to see the WEC and GT cars going?
I'd like to see Silverstone back.
Yes,
I think a lot of people say Silverstone.
Yeah. There's talk about it for next year. I've heard rumours.
Yeah, there's rumours of it like next year. There was rumours this year.
Yeah.
Last year for this year. But obviously Qatar is now here. Silverstone are too much in their Formula One. And they make a lot of money from the Formula One.
Yeah.
Whereas the WC is it's a different kind of fan. A different kind of
I remember going for the last WEC race there and it was just like there wasn't many people there, and
I think the Alonso
helped.
The Alonso factor helped a little bit. I had a little chat in a superstore just up the road. I was wearing my 51 winners top, and a guy and his wife come up to us and said, "We were at Le Mans." And we got talking. I was like, "Wow!" Cool. And he's always said Formula One's like your football fans, endurance racing is like your rugby. It's like your rugby fans.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
Like that. And I just think every time we've been to Silverstone for the WC, it was packed. It wasn't packed.
Yeah.
But with big crowds, good racing, acknowledgeable crowds as well, where everyone knows what's going on and new people coming in. And where the new people come in, it's nice to teach and people want to listen and take on board like 4 races, or there'll be 2 races in one race, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you've got your GTs and your hypercars. So I'd say Silverstone.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see Malaysia.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting.
I love Malaysia tracks.
Yeah. One
of my favourite tracks, definitely.
Yeah, the Asian Le Mans Series races there last year or this year, and it's like, go back.
Right.
No, it's a great track to race on, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
A big question I've got here. Okay, we've got an hour left in the last race, which will be Bahrain this season.
Ooh, I know where you're going here, mate. Yeah.
We've got an hour left, and we can win the championship here. Which one of the 9 drivers we take in the 83 FF Corse privateer as well? Which one of the 9 drivers would you want in that car for that last hour of the race?
Well, can we all answer this?
Yeah. Well, does it matter what car it is? 50, 51?
No, whichever one. Which one would you want in the driving seat to bring the car home the last hour under a bit of pressure, maybe a couple of seconds behind the Toyota, who could still win the championship?
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Ali Greedy, I think.
Yeah,
Greedy.
I mean, yeah. James is quick and very, but Ali's just like a You take him out of a locker and say, "There you go, off." He's off.
Yeah,
he's just like a relentless. And
I think I'd agree with that myself. Actually, go Ali as well. Yeah. Toby?
Well, you know what? I'm going to go different. I've got 2 choices actually, because I'm a big Collado fan. Not just because he's British. It's got nothing to do with that. I just think he's incredibly good.
No, he's brilliant.
He's very, very, very good.
Yeah. And I think he deserves a lot more than he's got actually in his career. I think he's actually a very quick driver. But I'm a huge Fuco fan. I know it's not popular. I know it's not popular with a lot of people. I know he had his troubles, but Mr. Fire, I'll take it.
Yeah, Mr. Fire,
and I'll actually, I think he's great. So I'm a fan of his.
Very quick, very consistent.
I think he is. Yeah. So that, Eddie, sorry to you sort of drop the bombshell there in the middle of that. But nothing against your choices. They're fantastic, but. But it was great to see Collado. That stint Collado did last year, I think on his last stint in the middle of the night, and he brought back like 90 seconds or 60 seconds or something like that. Was
it was just under 2 minutes, wasn't it? That was
was something like it was an incredible stint to sort of at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Just to
they always say night time, you're just in the zone and you just forget everything.
Yeah.
They seem to go faster at night as well, and there's watching that.
It was unbelievable to see those times just keep dropping like that. And I was, we were all sitting there, weren't we, Paul? And we were just like, wow, what is happening? Because we were kind of on a downer, and then suddenly it starts to come back. The race starts to come back.
Yeah, we got a little bit down with obviously the gap, and then with what happened to a 50 car with the radiator.
Yeah, that was a shame. Just bad luck.
And then I think I had a sleep in the evening. Only a couple of hours. I came back thinking, "Whoa, what's going on?" Where's that gap gone? He's
he blitzed it. Yeah,
so that was was that your big first race as well? GT racing,
endurance racing. Yes, it was. I've done some racing days before, Ferrari racing days, GT stuff. But not endurance racing stuff.
It's like a mecca. I think it's like a World Cup of motorsport for Le Mans.
After Qatar, what was your most, did you have a team that you were disappointed in? You were expecting more of? Is there a team that you thought, wow, these guys just aren't where I thought they'd be? Is there any particular which? I mean, for me, it was Lamborghini.
I'd have to go with Lamborghini.
Yeah, which was a shame.
Definitely Lamborghini. I think Peugeot. I mean, we're going to get their new car in Imola with the wing and the slightly bodywork. I mean, where they were from last year to now is like, they're making a big step in reliability. So, hopefully Lamborghini, as we said earlier, Lamborghini can get to that stage come Le Mans, if not later in the season, because that car looks awesome as well.
I think so. Yeah, I always love the green on the car. But I mean, they deserve it too. They're hardworking, they're passionate. They absolutely deserve to be there, and it's been a while since they've been in it also. So
Rob, what would you now thinking ahead of the season? Where would you put us in the hypercar category by the end of the year? Would your prediction be? Where would you think we're going to end up manufacturer wise? Obviously, it's a big decision to make, and it's
yeah.
there's a lot still to ride on it.
Yeah, I will definitely be in the top two.
You think we'll be top two? Yeah.
Yeah, from where like we said earlier, the step we've made from last year is a big step.
Yeah.
And the 499P is a big car, fast car.
Yeah.
So let's hope if we do bring a Evo Joker in, take the next step. But we can never underestimate Toyota.
No.
Once they take those sandbags out of the car, and actually start going for proper lap times, it will be again. You know,
they ain't no joke, man. They're serious.
No.
You know,
I mean they've had 3 years on that car already, so they know it inside out.
Yeah.
I think another Le Mans win would be good for us.
Yeah.
I want the championship this year.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I'd rather have I think all the team, but everyone on the team would. But I'd rather see the championship than Le Mans this year. If that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah. We've done that.
Le Mans always feels like a separate. I don't know what it is, but it's like a separate championship. Even though it's part of the season, it always feels like if you win Le Mans, nothing else kind of matters. Like everyone just knows about Le Mans, right? I mean, outside of this world, But I know what you mean. It is part of we want to win it all and Le Mans, But
I mean, but there's obviously Le Mans has their own BOP sets anyway, so that doesn't get counted. No. So let's do the season. Let's get the championship. Let's get the constructors. Let's get the drivers. Let's wrap that up this year and. We've done them both then in 2 years.
Fantastic. What a great start.
Like you said, I wish there were more races because I think the championship would benefit from that. I think the teams would benefit. I think we obviously as fans would benefit, but I think
and also from the first race, Qatar, it's just too much of a break to Imola. I feel
it's huge. You
got the season kicked off, and then it's like got to wait. About 6 weeks, is it?
It's been about that, hasn't it? Yeah.
There is one last question I'd like to ask, if that's all right, and that was about the new 83 car, the Richard Mille sponsored car with obviously the Schwartzman and Kubica.
The Olin sponsored as well.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, and so I'm just curious. What do you think about that coming in as a third car for the Ferrari and its chances, and Kubica coming back obviously is a big deal for me. Like I'm a big Kubica fan, so to hear he was finally driving for Ferrari again, to
see him in a Ferrari after what happened to him,
is
and knowing that he had a Ferrari contract signed before the accident, and it's like
right, exactly.
I think it's kind of like a fairy tale, that kind of fairy tale thing, and it's glad to see him in there. It's all good for having a third car for data, and if they want something tested, they can obviously put it on that car and stuff. But for an overall win, unless the other two cars break down and retire, I'd like to see him win at least one race. Just how the other two cars are, and we've seen how Mr. Fire can fight against his own team.
Yes,
So I just think it's all good. I mean, then also there's hopefully going to be a 499P in IMSA next year, so that's going to be another.
That'd be great.
That's another podcast. We could talk about all of that. Yeah, that's another debate entirely, isn't it? So absolutely.
Yeah, and awesome. I'd like it's so and it looks good in yellow, doesn't it? Let's face it.
It looks beautiful.
I love it. I love the way it looks.
Yeah, my favourite colour in that.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice because the 50 and 51 obviously support them. They are there, but the AF Corsa, that's just pure AF Corsa, and it's like
that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's so good, so good. Hopefully, be able to get top.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Thanks for joining us, Robert. It's been an absolute blast.
Thanks for inviting me.
And
thank you so much.
Great to talk
Enjoyed
to you.
that.
So
brilliant.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a great evening. Thank you.